Hello, people. It is about 12:35 at night. Um, I'm a little pissed. Really, not a little. It's more like a lot pissed. And it's not like, how can I put this? Like I didn't have time to think about it or chill out, or um uh, think about things. I want to explain this before I get started. Okay, my name is Kiasha. Um, I am the face of No Good Do Gooder. The NO and the KNO. However, my old channels were stolen by some other people. And I don't know if they're doing the right thing with my stuff. And all original content, which I do want my shit back. Okay. Now, what I'm going to get into is what everyone thinks is a game is not a game. Okay. And sometimes I feel like I gotta get in like mommy mode. That's why my voice changes. All right. And I try my best to make sure everyone understands what's happening here. Okay. Because everyone is fucking with my life. Everybody. And I don't give one fuck about what you're doing, who you're fucking, and how many you're fucking. But what you're not gonna do is keep trying to penetrate my energy and fuck with my sacral chakra, because you are doing fucked up shit out here in this goddamn world and you want protection from me. But when you shitted on me, talked all kinds of shit about me, lied on me, etc., I don't care if you're a female or a male, you know that you're still fucking with my sacral chakra. That means you know I am bleeding. That means you think I'm going to go back to the hospital for your stupid ass. I don't care if it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 of y'all motherfuckers. Okay? You know? And you think, oh, we're going to just keep trying this shit. We're going to keep trying this shit. And then, we just need her to die. That's all we need. We just need her to die. And I ain't dying. And I meant everything that I said. Meaning, all your fuck shit? Oh, no. I ain't even got to the meat of that shit. All right? I say what the divine tells me to motherfucking say about y'all. But it's going to get worse. You know why it's going to get worse? Because months ago, you folk were supposed to stop. And you didn't. I don't give a fuck that you're atheist or some shit. You don't believe in God or some shit. I don't give a damn. And actually, neither does God. You know why? Because I said to y'all, you weren't supposed to touch me in the first place. You weren't supposed to be using me in the first place. And then the way y'all did the shit was like, oh, it's all on some joke, some kitty sport type shit, some little kid childish type shit too. On some shit like, oh, y'all motherfuckers don't like me. Do you know how long it's been since I seen y'all motherfuckers? But let me tell you what's happening. Your karma is instant. And it is 10 to 20 times worse than you could ever fucking imagine. Just by still wanting to tap into me. Just by still not even wanting to fucking grow. Change. Or hell, leave me the fuck alone. Do you not understand when somebody doesn't call you? Do you not understand when someone doesn't answer if you do call? Do you not understand when someone tries to be nice and they don't want to be bothered? And they're doing it in a nice way because they know what your skeletons are. But I ain't been the one that wanted to say nothing. Because guess what? I ain't with you. It ain't my business. Okay? But the more you're in my energy, guess what? It becomes God's business. You know why? I'm the voice of God, Mother and Father God. It ain't looking good. I'm the voice of your ancestors and mine. It's not looking good. If you don't have any 3D protection or any 5D protection, it is because you have fucked your life over so fucking bad that God has stripped your protection on both planes away from you. It has absolutely nothing to do with how I feel about you. Any of you. I don't think about y'all like that. You know what I dip in to hear shit for? I'm ready for the part where my social security number is mine again. My driver's license is mine again. I'm listening for when you're caught, when you're in jail or in prison. Because even with you being out here in this world, you don't care. You will break every fucking boundary. You're not paying attention. You're breaking the boundaries of another person. You're breaking the boundaries of an angel with a fucking party mouth. I'll get tired of y'all motherfuckers. Man. You're breaking the fucking boundaries on a God. And it's so bad. God himself and God herself has come here to collect. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like if you that goddamn nymphomatic, okay? Keep doing your shit. Leave me out of it. Because that is the only way you're going to be able to live and have breath on this earth. You know why? Like I said, you weren't supposed to touch me spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially, psychologically, mentally, ritualistically, religiously, anything you can think of, literally. You weren't supposed to touch me. And you've been warned for years. You've been warned for months. You've been warned for days. You've been warned by your gifts been stripped from you. You have been warned by your protection being removed from you. You have been warned to the point where at any moment it is going to be your last. And all I have been doing, and I don't even know why, It's trying to help y'all fuckers. Well, guess what y'all doing? Think y'all playing a goddamn game. And you know you really playing the game with? Yourself. It's like all of you have a death wish. It's like all of you want to die. It's like if you don't care to live, all right? Do whatever you want to do in the privacy of your own home. What you're not going to continue doing is including me. I am not going to die. I am not going to deal with any of you people. You weren't even supposed to do not one spell on me. No love, no conflict, no violence, no nothing. And you knew it. You're still doing it because you're like, hey, you know, she's in the house. Or she don't come out. Or she ain't gonna know. Or all that shit. I do know. Whatever you do to any chakra on my body, I know. And I can just say, hey, you know, Mother and Father God, my angels and my ancestors, can you return this womb magic or crown magic, whatever, back to the original senders, known and unknown? And sometimes I say times 3,000. Sometimes I say times 5,000. Because I like the history road that I went down. I don't care about the times 10 or 20. No. I'm going back. Okay? You're still wanting to just deplete me to keep up whatever facade that you have. And what I have been telling everyone, it's your life. It's your facade. I don't owe any of you anything. You do not own me on any kind of level. I don't even know who told y'all that that was a thing. And if you're going off of past lives, I want you to understand this. All of you were very toxic then. All of you did not change then. And God, it got y'all too. If you clipped me out of here. And I was quickly reborn. But see, what y'all did, you begged and you pleaded, asking for another chance, saying you was going to change. None of you did. You did the same shit. And I'm not better than any of you guys. I am protecting myself, securing my life, protecting my life against vultures like you guys. Do you not even care that you're diabolical as fuck? You know? And every energetic cord I could possibly think of, I'm breaking. And you want to know, do I care? No, the fuck I don't. Because guess what? Y'all motherfuckers like putting a bitch in the hospital. Y'all motherfuckers like causing all kinds of tragic situations for amusement. So let me tell you what God says. And what God already told me at the beginning of this shit. Them motherfuckers can try. they could try to kill you. And I will kill them myself before they're ever able to touch you. You know why he said that? Because I am actually his celestial daughter in real motherfucking life in this goddamn 3D. Okay? If I have two gods as my celestial parents, and I have two royal, okay, chosen mama and chosen daddy, okay, that fell in love on a whim, not fabricated, not preordained, or none of that shit. Pure, true love. And what God, mother, and father did was say, all right, there's the spark. There's the love. The highest vibration of motherfucking love my parents had for each other. And once it was at its peak, they said, go on and send her down right there. Instantly. My mother was pregnant with me. So, if I'm royal in heaven and I am royal on earth, I am forbidden. So all of you men that had this vicious cycle going on and that wanted to keep me in these crazy loops, okay, of toxicity and saying that, you know, you're bragging to your friends like, oh yeah, I know her. Oh yeah, I've done this with her. Oh yeah, I got a video of it. Oh yeah, let me show you. And all of this shit, you know you in for some real shit. That's number one. Number two, I meant it when God said it. You ain't having no motherfucking babies by no devils. He ain't playing that shit. God also knows, just like I know. In your cult, you need a purely pure vessel. I am it. I have always been it. And you guys know that. And you think with fear-mongering, chastising, defaming my character, taking my money, all of these things, you think it's going to get me to, you know, walk into your cult and say, okay, here I am. No. No. And I must say, the other female that looks like me, she's very gullible, she's very naive, and she doesn't mind opening her legs. It's not me. I don't do that. Meaning, I ain't saying I'm no goody two shoes. If I was fucking with you, I know we had some fun. Because I'm all about the fun. Meaning, with a man, I ain't got time for all that bitch shit with the women. I tried that shit one time, and I tell motherfuckers, the shit ain't for me. I ain't got time for no bitch trying to make me a bitch. No. No. I ain't gonna be rubbing your back. I ain't gonna be cleaning up behind you. None of this shit. No. man and a woman. I'm cool with that. Cuts down on all the extra motherfucking problems. Plus two, on the mission I'm on, not allowed. And so the reason why all of you are unsuccessful, not just at killing me, but trying to starve me out, trying to put me in jail, trying to put me back in the hospital, trying to get me into a psych ward, trying to get me into a car accident, all of these fuck shits. You won't be able to get anything. No money or nothing. That all stopped when you folks decided out of fun to keep putting hits on my head. Even when God has said there's no amount of money that will suffice my death. She's priceless. I'm not letting anyone kill her. Because I'm tied to this planet. That's how I can do the things that I do. Energetically, celestially, earthly, spiritually, and even hell. And what a lot of people here don't understand, or they forgot. When I came here in the 90s, I was hell. And that's what probably y'all remember. I don't mind returning at all. Don't bother me none. That's why I can still be cool as a fan, nicer than a motherfucker, and go wherever the fuck I want to go and do whatever the fuck I want to do. Don't nobody scare me. See, the one thing I was ever truly afraid about was how, when I'm a healthy person, very healthy, how was I getting all these ailments? And then after I get them, I was curing myself. So by the time I go back to the doctor, the shit ain't even there, or it's almost unrecognizable. Or instead of it being a major surgery, it's a smaller surgery. It was from all you fucks. And I don't know how your mind gets so twisted and convoluted that, I guess, you don't want to go to the doctor? Or you just feel like it's better just to go to a practitioner. Okay? So all the practitioner bullshit is over. The main one a lot of y'all was using already is dead. More of them are dying. More of your families are dying. People in your families are passing because of the magic you're doing. And you're out here lying, saying, I'm doing magic to you. And I'm not. I am the magic. I am Isis herself. I don't have to do magic on you. And any magic that I decide to perform is for the greater good. Because I rather lift the vibration of the whole motherfucking planet than to deal with this shit ever again in life. All because of shits and giggles and lust and, I meant, very degrading, disrespectful shit. And I get it. It was intended to fuck with me and rock my world. But what you don't understand, when you want to psychologically fuck another motherfucker up, you end up always psychologically fucking yourself up in the process, because you're the mind that's creating the chaos, trying to put it in someone else's mind. And you actually think that you're not being seen. I always saw you guys. I just tried to say things in a nice, tactful way. And I try not to become violent. That doesn't mean, though, that God, the ancestors, and the angels haven't gave a bitch clearance. I have clearance to do whatever I want. But do you know why I don't? Because I'm going to continue to starve you out. I don't feed in the bullshit. I never have. I'm not going to start. I give people chance after chance, opportunity after opportunity, and I will help out anybody that comes my way and that has came my way. But when a conglomerate of people think that because in number you're going to bully me, nah. You know how long a sister been bullied? Since elementary school when I had bifocals, you know. And some big old, teethuses, and some might not be in yet or not. All that kind of stuff. And that was the only time then that I was fragile. I actually thought friendship meant something. I actually thought it still meant something. But as I learned then, that shit don't mean shit. So, even as a child, when I saw people not giving a fuck on what they wanted to do to me and what they wanted to open their mouth and say, and how they had planned with their little friends and shit to whoop a bitch ass. And sometimes it was always over some dumb shit like, why you gonna choose this friend over that friend? What the fuck? I thought we was all friends. And then if I tell you about yourself, plot afoot. Okay? And so when I started to see the carelessness in people, I said, why should I care? Why not be truthful to you and tell you, like, the different holes you're digging for yourself? Because people dug holes for me too. Elementary, middle, high school, all 3 high schools. Y'all motherfuckers well into 45 years. And this is what you guys are still doing. And all I could think about is, this is what the fuck you do at your time? All because you knew me in the past life? What? I said some fuck shit to you in the past life? Just like I'm saying some fuck shit to you now? So you want to hold a grudge on that shit? Why? Because I'm saying no? I don't want to be bothered? Because I'm actually, like the world is like, oh, this is her first time ever standing up for herself. No, the fuck it's not. Y'all motherfuckers just lie. You lie so much that you believe your lies. You lie so much that I don't know why you don't want to take your meds. Go get checked out. you know? When you did have the time to sit down and talk with me, and you knew who I was, no one was honest. Everybody was on that, and we're going to keep this shit hush hush. I would hint around, and you guys would know. I would see the deer in the headlights look on your face. And I was just waiting for the truth to come out of your mouth. None of you said it. So it's like, why do you want me to care when I've heard for several years that none of you gave a shit about me? And that you were laughing and you deliberately did shit to put me in hospitals and everything. You're still trying it. Because I'm not supposed to be bleeding right now. So for any of you on this present night, December the 20th, and you are participating in your tantric sex chakra shit fucking magic, okay? All your shit. You're looking at death. You are like literally being recognized. And I'm talking about spiritually on a whole nother level. Because the last like energy block, that was all God. All God. They tell me when they gonna shut some shit down. And guess what I have to do? I go with the flow. I still be my unique, authentic self, and I don't lie to anyone. And whether you like me or not, you don't get my destiny. You don't get to control me. And you don't get to psychologically abuse me or spiritually abuse me. Because I'm well informed about what's going on. And I don't give up. And I do have immortality. I am in my North Node. I don't have a low IQ. I'm very intellectually savvy. Any work that I've ever done in my entire life, I created off the top of my motherfucking brain. Even if I had to study, I tailor things to be unique to myself. And what you are looking at is someone who not only did her homework, but her brother's homework too. And I taught him very well. He's a genius. He just don't have no goddamn common sense. But I'm telling you, I got all the motherfucking sense in the world. Logic. Like a motherfucker. Oh, I can spot fucked up shit from a fucked up mile away. Family or not. Friends or not. Coworkers or not. There are absolute reasons why none of y'all are in my life. Stop acting like you don't understand or you don't know. Stop lying to motherfucking people. Okay? Like we still be talking and shit. We don't. We don't. Stop lying on my name. And to you thieves, every single alphabet boy knows who all of you are. That's what's so amazing. I have said so many times for like a year and a half now, they're building cases on you guys. But do you stop? Mm-mm. You keep going. Before you did this shit to me, they were building cases on you guys. You know why? Because you were having them build false cases on me. And you know what all they saw me doing? Going outside with kids that are my blood, by the way. Okay? Not my biological children, my nieces and nephews. They saw me going back and forth to the store, okay? Feeding children, even playing outside with them. All right? They even saw when you moved into my neighborhood to get closer to me. They knew all the things that everyone was saying was false. Even when you were going to court, everything. So it's no need to wonder, like, why the fuck they haven't picked her up yet? Why isn't she getting caught for this or caught for that? Let me explain to the world. In the past, when I fuck with y'all people, I was on some, I thought we was cool type shit. All y'all motherfuckers was on some plotting type shit. You know what God said? If you keep any of these people as your friend, they're going to kill you. They know more about your life than you do. And that is the only reason why they are in it. To kill you. I said, okay, cool, no problem. I'll drop them. And God said, drop everybody from your past. I didn't hesitate. I dropped everyone. I didn't care how mad you got. I didn't care if you were family. You know why? Because everybody knows the cardinal rule. Who you supposed to serve first? God. Okay. And what everybody don't like about my black ass is the fact that I can talk my shit and be talking about God at the same time and I ain't following none of y'all motherfucking rules. And what you don't understand is all y'all rules is so old and outdated and won't never supposed to be in place in the first place because it gets rid of individuality. It has everybody focused on this little chain gang line with invisible chains on their hands and their feet and their brain to think a certain way. I've always broken that status quo all of my life. It was a no-brainer when God said drop everybody. In seconds, I did it. Real truth of the matter is, if you are true and loyal, you'll still be around. If you are not a shitty person and conniving and have done so much foul and fucked up shit, you'll still be around. You know? And I understand that energy can be transferred, okay? But I also understand too, when you don't ask, when you don't talk to a person, when you disappear, when you sneak and say rituals under your breath or in your brain, when you plant things in people's yards and their mailboxes and you bury things in their backyard, It's like tons of violations that you just think you're not going to get caught for because it's spiritual. When everyone seems to omit on purpose that even the unseen world sees everything. I've said this several times. As you are in your car, you come into your house, and you go down your hall, and you go into your closet. And the world could think it's a regular motherfucking closet. But you got some stairs. You know? You got a extra crack in the floorboard. And it leads to a basement. A basement of debauchery. Okay? And you got something down there that you're not supposed to have. And you want to do things that you're not supposed to do. And again, this is just an example. If I am hitting a nerve with anyone, I'm going to say, yeah, this might trigger you. Trigger warning. But from the time you pull up in your driveway and go all the way to your hidden area of fuck shit, do you not understand? Angels is walking with your ass. Ancestors is walking with your ass. And God, it's like they are assigned to every motherfucking person on this goddamn planet. It's your bad if you don't use them. And it's still your bad if you use them in the wrong way. Because that's another reason why they woke me up. Because I respect the dead. I respect the celestial realm. I respect spirit. I respect even y'all motherfuckers on earth. And I damn sure respect hell. Do you not understand? When you think you're big and bad in fucking hell, that hell is a test. And there are mountains of motherfucking tests that you have to go through. You know that. And you just choose to say, oh, I'm going to stop at door number 3. And I'm going to be on demon time at door number 3. And it's cool. You could do that. But let me explain the underworld. The underworld is your skeletons in your closet. The underworld is the lies that you tell to cover up your truth. The underworld is the breakdowns that your body has from your mental disorders because you're trying to cover up your bad deeds. The underworld is you going within. And either you're going to dwell in your trauma and keep committing those sins because you haven't got control over yourself in those areas. All right? Hell is a test. The other way you make it out of hell, which is within you, under your skin, underworld, is when you apply the other side to Anubis. Okay? Anubis is death. Do you not understand that Anubis is a god? Do you not understand Anubis walks through the underworld every night? Because do you know what that is? When you go to sleep, technically your body dies. And you can go places. Whether you understand spirituality or not, that is what happens to your body. It dies when you go to sleep. And it's really the grace of God that you wake up. Or, you know how you have your primordial God, okay? Then you have the other gods, okay? And the other gods were like Ra or Isis or Anubis or Thoth, which is still Anubis. Thoth is the higher version, North Node version of Anubis. That means Thoth is not walking through hell blind. He understands, or she understands, lessons, trials, tribulations, and tests. And you know what Thoth is able to do? Jump hurdles, walk his own path, her own path. When tested, understands the answer or how to find the solution, how to elevate thinking to pass different levels of trauma, drama, and karma, and animalistic behavior. I am not better than anyone else, but you gotta think. You gotta think. If you were blind, what? Okay, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm gonna take it back. Okay, in a cage or cave, it's dark. You don't know what you're gonna find in a cave. Have you paid attention to when you watch something and they discover someone or something in a cage that their eyes are blind? And if you are not an animal that is bred specifically to see in the dark, you're essentially blind. But animalistic behavior is there's a pack. Everybody does the same shit. No matter what happens, you gotta click up, you gotta link up, and you got to just fuck with each other in more ways than one. And then you would say, oh, we family. And I'm speaking of the pack. That pack, that family is in a cave. And when you're blind in your actual eyes, and then when that cave is dark, everyone is free game. It doesn't matter if it's a male animal or a female animal. If they want to fuck, they just gonna fuck, right? I don't know how many times I've seen dogs, when they want to fuck, they're going to fuck. Okay? I am trying not to belittle anyone. But essentially, this is what's going on with you guys. When you're in so much devilish, demonic behavior, and you have entity attachments, that's what a lot of you guys have. So if I say something to you and you don't like what I say, and it alarms you, and it might hurt your feelings, it is because there's a difference in us. Dark and the light. If you are too much in the dark and you are not elevating what you do, how you are, your behavior, your actions, and growing your mind to say, you know what? If I continue to do this, I can see jail for myself. If I can continue to do this, and I'm just going to use this as an example. Let's say if you're molesting kids, and let's say you find a girl that you like, right? And you have kids with her. And your mind needs to say, hey, I need to stop this shit. Not only is it going to hurt my wife, but I can see myself lusting after my children. It's shit like that. Okay? Now, when you have Thoth, higher version, North Node, Anubis is technically the lower version, but not. They're the same person. Balanced. With wisdom. Both walk together. So even when Anubis is there in the underworld at night, checking for souls, Thoth is right along with him, writing all that shit down. That's the difference when you sun go down, they go, technically they might fight or they do whatever's in the devil world. Then sun comes up. It's like he has a dual role or a triple role. Every person has a dual role. But technically, we have a triple role in life that we need to lead here on earth. Okay? We start off at our lower self, animalistic. You learn things from people, parents, TV, radio, books, podcasts, motivational speaking. You can put anything there. You learn shit. It's supposed to elevate your consciousness. Okay? The more you learn, the more you grow. Here. And then it changes the molecular structure of your brain for you to understand, like, I don't need to do that. Or this is overrated. Or shit, you know, my dick has a rash. Or fuck it, my pussy has bumps on it. Stop. You folks have no stop. You don't like being told no. You can't force yourselves on other people to get what you want. I I am the prime example of when you think spirit isn't watching, they are. I am the prime example of when you think God isn't listening, he is. I am the prime example of when you just deliberately disrespect a woman. And Mother God says, that shit's over. I am the creator of the universe. I am the creator of Mayat. I am the creator of your world. I am the creator of you. But you disrespect me, you slander me, you defame me, you trick me out, you whore me out, you slut me out. Not physically, but you did spiritually. Either way, because of the action that you take in your brain, and then the acts that you commit with your body, shows true intentions on your plans for me and your plans for my life and your plans for yourself. So see, you can say whatever out of your mouth. You can say, man, I really love you and I miss you so much. And oh, we were just vibing so la 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 la. And as soon as you leave me, and you can be like, fuck that bitch. That bitch get on my goddamn nerves. I won't even able to get $50 out of her today. I did try to steal her credit card or money, shit like that. Your intentions. That means your thoughts agree. They align with your body. It creates a positive feed. And it echoes from your system out into the ethers. So you could say, you love me. But if your thoughts on the inside is like, I really hate this bitch. Shit, why the fuck am I dealing with her? That's the true intention. Both get recorded, but one is honored. Your truth is honored. It's all written down. But what everyone seems not to understand is when your intentions align, whether negative or positive, okay, and then you commit actions behind it to solidify it. That's like your signature, your stamp. Your energy has a signature. You know that because, y'all still energy. Okay? But it is noted. Damn, how many times you do it. It's noted what you do every day. It's noted how you act, how you feel. You know? And God allows me to hear the things you say. Just like I hear, I didn't mean to say that about you. I know whatever I was saying wasn't true. And I didn't mean it. I really do like you and I really do love you. Shit, I'm speaking for God. And they're like, really? Okay? When you do things all the time, every day, I don't even know how none of y'all got a job. Or you got to be motherfucking rich to be able to do all this shit. Something. But my point is, there's a limit to the fuckery. And you all have reached your limit. I don't know what else to say. There's a limit in heaven, a limit on earth, a limit in spirit, a limit in hell. And all of you, not one, all of you have reached all of those limits. That means you know you don't have any abundance of your own. You know you're living off of what's called borrowed time. And you know the only way you can make it is if you steal it from abundant sources. I am aware that I am the most abundant source on this planet. It is a no-brainer for me to understand that because I was here at the beginning of time and I've come to this planet over 21 lifetimes. Okay? Every life, good deeds count. Good deeds add up too. It's just that good deeds don't have a limit. So, you might not want to give me the satisfaction of saving your soul because you don't like me. And it's like you're refusing God, or you're refusing love, or you're refusing anything coming from me because you just hate me that much. So let me put it a little differently to you. How much do you love yourself? Do you love yourself enough to stop? Do you love yourself enough to change? Do you love yourself enough to where you're going to say, no, not today. I want to rest. Or let's just talk. Do you love yourself enough to where you can just say to your friends, hey, this life isn't cutting it. We need to change. Because you are aware when you're on borrowed time. That means you've stolen time or abundance from other people, which is still energy. Okay? You know you have to give it back. When the universe wants to give it back, it's going to deplete, okay, the thief. It's like an automatic. It's the fucking universe. It's aware of all the fuck shit. Everyone's karma is on a schedule. And It's like this time, a lot of the stuff has been revised by God. Because a lot of you are looked at as habitual offenders everywhere. Like there's no more limits that you can create. So when God tells me not only to guard my energy and they block my energy and they have so many forces, legions of angels protecting me. It's not a game for you to penetrate my force field. All you're doing is making God matter, and you're, forcing God to come after you and honor your request. It's not to kill me. He turns around and kills you. And the kill is justified because you've maxed out all your limits. There are limits in the negative on everything. That's why the 7 deadly sins are so important. If you overindulge in any of the 7 deadly sins, it leads to death. So imagine when you're the people or the group that has overindulged in all 7. You've overindulged in all 10 commandments. You've overindulged in the 42 laws of Ma'at. You've overindulged in the 48 laws of power. You have lost your right mind. And the way God looks at it, it's like why are you still here? And then the other way God looks at it, we've been trying to catch these people, and the only way that we are successful in doing so is when they're in your energy, because they just can't seem to leave you alone. They just can't seem to let you go and learn some lessons and go within and discover your own light. Okay? And you can be bright as whatever. So because you've reached all your limits, that's why death is like looming around you guys. And you have They killed me off so many times that a limit was reached on that as well. And since you don't want to comprehend English, and you don't want to listen, and you don't want to stop fucking with me, it's basically like the spiritual war coming to earth, because your violations were so bad that God rushed in and they yelled at me. And they woke me up and they told me to stop every goddamn thing. And I didn't know what I needed to stop. I didn't know I was like, I don't even know the words that I should say. But let's just say this. It was like very abrupt and no preparation. And I had to wing it. And even with me winging it, I was right. All right? And because you just violated so bad that you brought God here, it's like because of conditioning, slavery, and shit passed down, and DNA, and generations of repeat fuck shit, and curses, and hexes, and voodoo, and hoodoo, and all of this shit. I want you to understand the karmic loop, okay? And then you're not gonna like what I'm gonna say, but you're gonna realize that you're the real slave. It doesn't matter what color you are, okay? But if you paid attention in the Bible, they have enslaved the same people 6 times. They look like me. So imagine you being enslaved 400 years. And then they give you 150 years of fake freedom. And then they loop you back into slavery again. Same people look like me. Another 400 years. And they've done that 6 times. Do you know why they're successful at doing it? It is because when they came over here to infiltrate our land, it was because the infiltrators had a shitload of karma, a shitload of debt, a shitload of curses, hexes, and all kinds of fuck shit that they conjured up. To the point where their land died. To the point where they didn't even want their degenerates in their country. To the point where everyone became beyond karmic. beyond animalistic. Because when your desire to fuck a boy is that intense that you kidnap a child and you fuck him, whether you pay for him or not, meaning if you pay or you stole him. And I ain't talking about just black kids, I'm talking about white kids too, and every color in between. All right? But 6, 7, 1,000, 1,200, 2,000 years ago, after they would fuck the kid, throw him out the window. They didn't care. They didn't care who his mama was, his dad is. They didn't care about what they did. The entitlement and the privilege was on a brute level. Because you were big in size, you would just flex that around with the women, with families, and either you were bold and you'll buy a kid. So that, and some families would sell their kids because they need to live, right? All right. They brought all the debauchery over here. Did it stop? No. But they came across a gold mine, a land of milk and honey. I want you to understand what that means. That means it was millions of people like myself that were angels, that were gods, that understood spirituality, that understood the respect for people, law, and ordinance. Most importantly, the respect for God. But we had endless abundance in spirit, and we had endless abundance on earth. And they came up with the bright idea of slavery, because as long as they keep you in abuse, as long as they keep you in turmoil, as long as they keep you in fear and frightened, scared, they suck off your energy. They also did the other things of fighting us and killing us and assuming our identities and throwing us out like trash. But slavery was a way for them to transfer their curses onto us. It was a way for them to change their circumstances, which they felt was for the better, which is to take our lives and swap for theirs. Sounds like the same thing you guys were trying to do to me. Okay? And we endured slavery for what they say, 400 years. We were clearing off their debt. We didn't have any. We were the land of milk and honey. That's green grass, clean water. That means also pure heart, pure mind, pure body. And they made us feel worthless, nothing. And they thought it was a great thing. Just still doing fuck shit. And giving that karma to us. Because what we did is something we shouldn't have never done. Which was when previous races were dying off and God said, you gotta let that be. A lot of us had hearts of gold. And a lot of us cared for humanity. A lot of us were in Congress, made laws and rules. There are laws still on the books that say that the opposite race to us is an endangered species. Now that was when their numbers were dwindling because of, oh God, like whatever that syndrome that was killing them off. You can watch the movie Pride and Prejudice to understand what the little shit was. It was a blood disease, you know. And what the world isn't paying attention to every 1,000 years, these things come back. And the only way they can combat those things is with us. Using our bodies, our blood, from blood banks, hospitals, killing us and dumping us and taking our organs out. Sound familiar with things y'all wanted to do to me? Sound familiar with things done to other people of our race? Okay. The horrific acts are still being done today that were done about 3,200 years ago. When the gods left, they didn't leave like they weren't coming back. They left because they had conquered everything here. And conquering everything to them is knowledge of all things here. There was nothing else left here for them to discover, for them to learn, for them to educate themselves about. They were so intellectual that they made things that are so precise from Earth, but you can see it in space. They said in literature they're going to another planet to discover it. They already had people on the other planets that needed help. When I say these gods of our ancestry, that's what they do. They help. They create. They cultivate. They change for the better. And so when they enslaved us to do the same things that we've always done, we already knew the stars. We already knew languages. We already knew how to cook. We already knew how to do housing and lighting and all that shit. All that shit was here before that. Because we invented the shit. Okay? Now, all they did was just fuck up shit from wars and make shit look desolate, like the places ain't never had shit. Kind of like how they still fucking with motherfuckers overseas, okay? And the lands look stripped and barren and all of that. It's to keep continuous chaos. It's to keep a narrative. It's to keep the negative energy on top. Who our powers are capitalize off of death. What everyone isn't understanding, when I made the new world come in, by myself, by the way, that new world is the age of Aquarius. That new world is built off of love, not hate or fear. That new world capitalizes off of life, not death. That means no matter what, even your fuck shit, you gotta tell the truth about in order to get some kind of grace. It ain't cool to cover your shit up, because the way God looks at it, we have advanced too much, and he ain't letting any motherfucker that think they in charge to take us further back, because when they came online, and I wasn't playing when I said certain shit, like when they go through this world and they realize, or they realized, that their own people that they gave the knowledge to don't have access to it, that the world decided to formulate itself and cultivate itself off of death. It didn't matter how many they killed for capitalization in that green. They also saw that we weren't intellectually equipped, even though we have all the intellectual equipment. The powers that be hid things to keep you in a loop, because all it takes is a spark of intellect, especially from God's folk. And I'm going to say this, especially from spiritual white folk. Shit, you right there with us. It's the naive, gullible, spoiled man-childs and woman-childs that don't like no. And some are rich and angry because they're not getting their way. And they feed off of power and control and dominance and abuse because they want the energy any which way they can get it. Because they don't necessarily care about eating fucking food. They eat energy. And they drink blood. Okay? So, God ain't down with that shit. They won't down with the shit when they left. Basically, they pissed off as a motherfucker coming back, knowing how the world brainwashed, and so in a lot of ways. And the part that hurts the most is the fact that you're brainwashed in the area that has always helped us throughout our lives. Spirituality. And then on top of it, when you are like me, and whether you know on actual paper that your people were some slaves, okay? Or whether you know on paper that your people want some slaves. That means you was a master, right? Okay. Either way it go, it's fucked up for you to be my color. And you're using the tactics of your slave masters on your own people in 2024. You're stealing, you're abusing, you're conniving, you're manipulating, you're gaslighting, you're being narcissistic. If you pay attention to the world, the people that run it are gaslighting narcissists. The people that run it, sociopaths, psychopaths. Because at any means necessary, they want what they want. And God is saying, guess what? I want what I want. I ain't gonna whine about it. I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm not gonna throw a fit. And I'm not gonna kill a soul over it. It is already mine, and it will stay mine. And the rule with God was no one, nothing, no power, no organization, no church, no group, not one person was supposed to fuck with a person's free will and the ability for them to make their own choices. You people violated that too, to the limit, to the point you got what you wanted. God's here. Both. Gods with an S are here. I think it was like, I think it was about 2,100 of them or something like that then. Okay? I need y'all to understand something. They had families. They had kids. It's more now. It's just like in the Bible about the 144,000. Do you really think it's still 144,000? When I am proof that two chosens got together and made me, and what I really want to reiterate is because of brainwashing, because of laws and rules, segregation, abuse, all those things, my parents didn't know that they were gods too. My parents didn't know that the power they have. My parents didn't know that they were right rulers of the land. Neither does my spouse family know. If they do know, they've used it in a not so good way. However, the reason why a lot of you guys are literally still here and not dead is because I transmuted a lot of the death that you guys were sending me over my 45 years. The reason why you guys are still living is because I transmuted that energy off of this planet into the ethers, and I gave it to God. I gave it to the atmosphere. I gave it to the universe. I gave it to the gods that it belongs to. You see, what I did, I activated the other planets. Because I don't know who all of my nemesis are. I mean, that's going back 21 lifetimes. You actually think I'm going to comb through all that shit? No. Whatever entity you got on you, I'd rather activate the motherfucking planet where that shit come from. So them motherfuckers can regulate your ass. And either extract that shit up out of you, or haul your ass to spiritual court, or haul your ass off this planet and maybe back to your own, or maybe just for good. Because what people don't understand is the other planets don't tolerate none of the bullshit. When you fuck up on another planet, guess where your jail is? Here. You gotta learn the lesson here. Man, and God gives you free will and choices to learn your fucking lesson. That means it is up to you if you survive. That means it's up to you if you want to live. That means it's up to you to learn the lesson. So you can't put me through all of that karma and then think you're going to take it from me and say, no, God, I did it. I passed all my tests and I went through all those hardships and my life is like this. See, there's some prissy, sedity, rich motherfuckers lying like that in the ethers. And you know what God said? I don't know you, but you're using someone I do know. And as they comb through the book, they said, oh shit, we have not been talking to her. We're going to wake this motherfucker up. Because flipping through the book, they saw some shit being fucked the fuck up on a galactic level. Do you know when your energy is that off? Like, whether it's going too far to the left, too far to the right, and there's no balance anymore, it's going to bring God back anyway. Because it's like God has done too much fucking work. To have all of this shit work as a cohesive system with each other. And then the fucked up part is, we're supposed to be the smart ones on the planet. We're supposed to actually take care of the planet and do right by the planet and make sure that the planet doesn't tip off of its axis because of too much negativity, not just over years, thousands. And God is on some shit like, oh, hold the fuck up. See, these motherfuckers is fucking up the energetic cord to Earth. And technically, if you ain't here, if your ass ain't here on a motherfucking mission, then you's got some trouble you need to work out. You know, it's some trouble in your bloodline that you need to clear. It's some debauchery up in your shit that got you still want to do. Okay? And the reason why God is like, hold the fuck up, because God is looking at if something happens to this planet, all of these devils be free in space. And then our form isn't going to look like this, but you're going to be wreaking havoc in space. And then you're going to wreak havoc on other planets. Distort the minds. See, this diabolical shit that I'm dealing with came from another planet. That's why I was activated, because I have been on all the planets. I done seen all the shits. And I have dealt with a lot. And instinctively, God told me I would know what to do. But he was mad. And she was mad. When they realized I didn't know any, like, magic, like, I don't know. Went to fucking magic school. You know? But they were pissed. And you know what happened when they were pissed? Man. This is what they said. First, God was on some shit like, oh, okay, I got a lot of other shit I got to take care of, but this some real shit you telling me? He can tell I wasn't, like, bullshitting him. He said, okay. Me and your mother, we're going to be right there with you. Inside of you. You're going to be the voice for us. Okay? That's where the deity comes in at. They also said, as far as the magic goes, since you will be freeing your bloodline to the beginning of time, and in your bloodline, there are a lot of ascended masters. We're going to give you the best of the best throughout time. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to do anything. They're going to do it for you. You can speak it. You can think it. And if we feel like you don't know what to do, we're going to talk to you. Because they all mean business. Every realm was in agreement that this shit ain't what's up. You don't understand how serious it is when not only do both gods come, the moon and the sun, not only do they inhabit my body because my body is that fucking pure. And in order, you could say you want to be a god all motherfucking day, but you would have to deal with all the shit that I have dealt with for 45 years. And what I'm going through now. Because God's shit, they've been told me years ago, this shit ain't fucking easy. There's too many motherfuckers that don't care. There's too many motherfuckers that calling us for stupid shit. There's too many motherfuckers where we be looking and thinking to ourselves like, we gave them the answer to this shit. How the fuck they don't know it? We told them what to do. Why the fuck they ain't doing it? Why the fuck would you be calling me for this dumbass shit when I got bigger shit I'm doing somewhere else? Why can't you figure this fucking problem out yourself? And then when you decide to figure this shit out, you want to take somebody else out to cover the debt. They like say, what? God on some shit like, I don't give a fuck if who you fucking. You ain't getting her. I don't give a fuck what you doing and what you thinking and who you want to inhabit her soul. No, the bitch ain't getting it. See, I don't give two fucks about what you want because you ain't did shit here to help me with a motherfucking thing. But this young lady here, she has helped me out tremendously without asking for shit in return. We have always told her, you don't have to deal with this shit. We can release you from any of this. Everybody thought, oh, she gonna tap out. God said she never tapped out. Even her complaints were honorable. You have no idea how they watch me go through every fucking thing that you people put me through. And when they came wanting to rescue me, I said, no, nah, I'm not gonna take it. I want to know who's fucking with me. I want to know who's fucking with my body. I ain't going nowhere till I figure that shit out. Do you know when I was saying that? 5, 10, 15 years ago? And I never stopped saying it. This is how I gained the respect of all the realms, and I didn't even know that I was doing that. But they appreciated the fact. Not only that I did not cop out, I did not sell my soul. And I did not fall victim to the bullshit. Even when everybody thought they had me. Everybody in the celestial realm, in all the different planets, knew better. They knew they was going to honor me. It didn't matter if I was God's daughter. They all knew they were going to honor me. They all watched what y'all did. They all saw what you stole. They all what's that shit? They scribed all the shit that y'all did. I want you to understand that. So without me knowing that I was on my path, not only was I on my path, I was ahead of schedule by 5 years. You know? And they saw how many times everybody was trying to stop me. This isn't me bragging. All I'm saying is, not only did you take my kindness for weakness, not only did you take my smiles as I'm a fucking bird brain, not only did you look at my trials and tribulations that you collaborated, started, and worked into a plan, even after you executed a lot of them out, you kept intensifying them, and you knew you were inflicting pain. You got pleasure out of my hollers, my screams, my woes, and my worries. They wrote all that shit down. And guess what? Without me knowing, I was already rising in rank in the ethers. And I thought I was doing the right thing by just not going back to my, my days where I was just like, all right, fuck it. I thought with growth and maturity and all of that actual people do grow and mature. I realized that is a choice too. If it ain't some shit you want to do, you ain't gonna do the shit. But that don't mean you gonna keep me back there where you at. No. Anytime when I say bye-bye, I don't want to be bothered, or no, I'm not gonna go, and I don't do that, or I'm good, or yeah, we can talk about it later. Or, you know what? No deal. Or you can keep all your shit. I don't even want it. I mean it. And I have no remorse when I walk away. Because not only did I state my intentions, not only did I act on my intentions, but I gave all you folks chance after chance after chance. There's not anyone that can say I wasn't nice to them. Even if you try to bring up that I stepped on your toe or I cussed your ass out, God's going to tell you like this. Think about what she cussed you out over. Didn't you lie on her? Didn't you say she was like in a train run on her, but it was actually you? Was it you going to the orgy parties, but you said it was her? Isn't it you that have the mental disorders, but you put the rumors out there that it's her? Wasn't it you that committed the crimes and the theft and the murders, but it was cool? You said it was her. How many people did you include in her energy? How many people did you tell? Didn't you market her? Didn't you take money for her essence? She did not know, but we did. And we're going to make sure she's compensated for it all. Because you purposely blinded her. And you still thought with you purposely blinding her that she was weak. That she was naive. And that she didn't even know what she was talking about. But everything she said, even with her smiles and her laughs and her blunt in her mouth or her wine, or even when you was partying out with her and Y'all getting fucked up on some liquor. She still was kicking some stone cold solid ass truth to your ass. Not to mention, she saved your life a lot of times. Did you give her credit for it? You know, she hit you with some good shit as far as some wisdom. Didn't you steal it and take it from her and say that it was yours? Now, also, you want to body shame her. You want to talk all this shit about her. Wasn't it you making sure all the spell work went through to fuck with her body in all these different areas? And you knew, out of all you people, you were sending her to surgeries. You're trying to make her go crazy and lose her mind. And even when she didn't understand at the time the surgeries that you did to remove her soul and spirit, she still was brave enough to retrieve her soul and her spirit. She renewed her mind. And then she went down the rabbit hole of her 21 lives prior to this one to retrieve her original soul. She also read different spiritual literature of all kinds, and she mixed it with history. She also understood the lies and debunked them really quick. But she understood that she was Jesus. She understood that the morning star is not just evil, but it's God too. She also understood that you and all your fucked up people were stuck in slavery 600 years times, 6 eras in time. No one else has figured out any of the shit that y'all figured out, or that she figured out. And she didn't have your books. You ain't want to let her into your classes or your societies, and you blocked her at every turn. You stole her mail. You wanted to steal her life. You stole her cars. You took all her money. And you know what God is saying? I'm going to reward her with every fucking thing. I don't care if she doesn't ask for it. I'm going to give it to her anyway. Because I ain't never seen a G like her. She more of a G than any of y'all men. Because you was too scared to answer your call with me. She wasn't. She ain't hesitate not one motherfucking time. And she won't scared to put a foot on your neck, foot on your back. She won't scared to take it to you spiritually. She was already willing to fuck you up physically. We had to hold her back from you all. Mainly because we realized that you guys were fucking with her on purpose. Because you wanted her to be evil as fuck. You wanted her to denounce me, God. You wanted her to denounce her father. And even I know it doesn't matter what her actual birth father has done or what her actual birth mother has done. They still have not done the fuck shit that y'all have done to her. And she don't mind forgiving her folk. She would go toe to toe with anybody that want to fuck with her mama, or fuck with her daddy, or fuck with her brothers and sisters, or her nieces and nephews. She got more heart than any of y'all men and a lot of y'all women. See, when the truth is brought to you guys, you overlook it. You don't want to address it. You want to keep the same fuck shit going. But yet, you want honor. You want respect. You want her power. And you want her intellect. God said, no, you don't deserve it. You don't deserve anything that's hers. You don't even deserve her. And I don't know who told you you had her. But even from the last life, we had like already X y'all motherfuckers off the list. But you know what you did? You jumped portals. You conjured up all kinds of shit. You know. Divination till you couldn't divinate no more. Okay? Breaking your fucking necks. To fuck her up. Fuck her over. We was watching this shit with our motherfucking popcorn. And I ain't even lying. They told me that. They was getting their shit, watching this shit like it was a fucking movie. Okay? And they said no matter what, y'all put the same test in front of her 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. She passed it every motherfucking time. Still want to fuck with her. And then God drove the point home. Didn't you do that to the slaves? Didn't you do that to Henrietta Lacks? Didn't you do that to Emmett Till? Didn't you do that to anyone that had the anointing of God because you could see it on them? And you killed them. So imagine when you're not a slave master and you are a slave and you still don't realize that you are an enslaved individual even after 3,600 years. And I know why I can tell. Because they're using you to do their dirty work so they can keep their hands clean, so they can eat the big money while they give you a little chump change. And you don't understand that every act that you do, it's like the reason why the powers that be go after us so hard, because as long as they keep us lost, as long as they say they're hidden, we don't know who they are, as long as they say, you know, there were 13 tribes and one disappeared, we don't know where they went, or if they say shit like, man, the Mayans and the Incas and the Aztecs, we don't know what happened to them. It's a mystery. It's not. We're right here. You know? You're not lost. You're considered lost because you haven't went within and tapped into your North Node. Your intellect is considered small because you haven't went within and tapped into your North Node. You are considered a child on this planet. It doesn't matter if you're 112. Because you are a child spiritually. You did not grow your mind with the knowledge to break the glass ceiling, so to speak. And it's Very easy. The book of wisdom just tells you how to do it all. And I did it without the book. And I am still not bragging, but I'm putting it on the record of everything that I can remember that I've done. But I know I could talk about it for about 10 hours because I did a lot. All right? And I didn't do it because of the money. I didn't do it for the fame. I didn't do it because I had a soulmate. I didn't even do it because I had a destiny. I did it because things were taken from me and I wanted to know why. I already could see and understand that no matter who I asked, they didn't want to tell me anything. I said, okay, no problem, I'll find out myself. And so when I come around some of you folks in the past, and even now, I laugh and I joke with you, I smoke with you, I might, throw back a glass to a wine. To you, you think I'm still in my north node, my south node. I'm been in my north node. I've been in my north node about 20 fucking times. It's just reaching your higher intellect in every area of your life. That's what it is. The only way to do that is with knowledge. Once you reach a certain knowledge, not only in your brain, but your intentions understands it, feels it, whether you get twinkles or tinklings or epiphanies and aha moments, it does not matter. But once it starts to click and the patterns become obvious and you connect the dots with everything, including yourself, gotta let you know. Because you'll get an increase like me of fuck shit on a whole nother level. And all that means is them demons can smell the light on you. Them demons can sniff that motherfucker out. Even I was shocked. And when motherfuckers came for my head, putting hits on me and shit, I'm like, what the fuck? I go back through my whole motherfucking life trying to figure out, well, what the fuck was I did? And no matter what, I'm like, I ain't do nothing, I ain't do nothing, I ain't do nothing, I ain't do nothing, I ain't saying I'm, that fucking good or nothing. Because obviously I got a potty mouth. Obviously I still drink some. Obviously I smoke some weed. And obviously I joke around. I still go out dancing here and there. But I am not into all the other stuff. I don't have to know whatever it is that you're into. I just ain't. If it ain't about just even being positive or having a good fucking time. Like, I don't know how having a good time just turns into jealousy, envy, hatred, and all of that. I don't know how. And the only way I've been explained of how is because it's not you, the person. It is the demons inside of you that are forging themselves and forcing you to do and be a certain way. That's why it's easy for me to forgive. It's easy for me to keep it moving. and pushing. And it's easy for me to say, hey, this what's up. This not what's up. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I'm out. And if I choose to stay, I tell you why. But that doesn't mean you take that information and you use it against me. Because that's what a lot of you have been doing. That doesn't mean that you would go behind my back and undermine me. But that's what you were doing. That doesn't mean that you play me like a fiddle. Because I'm not out and about in these streets. But that's what you were doing. And even when you would sit in front of me, or we'll be out in the car, or I'll be visiting anywhere, I understood without having to say, damn, few demons in this motherfucker, but alright, it's okay. Ain't my first rodeo, excuse me. It's just one of those things where it's like, come on now, stop, let's grow. Like, how long you gonna do this fuck shit? Like, or I should say, how long have you had that motherfucking demon in your body? Excuse me. How many demons you got? How long do you plan on keeping them? You know. And I could tell when a motherfucker want to transfer some shit. Y'all motherfuckers too motherfucking forceful and pushy. You know, pretending that you like somebody. When all you doing is creeping around in the damn ether world. Oh, trying to figure out some shit. And you ain't figuring out shit to be nice. You're just figuring out how to snake a motherfucker. And all y'all like, she's a woman. I could get over on her. I have mastered my yin and yang. So guess what? I know what's going on with the men and in the women. Plus, I told y'all I got brothers. I ain't really missing no beats on no front. Before all these different sicknesses, sharp as a tack. I'm going back to being sharp as a tack. And with me being that, no, I don't like people that lie on me. No, I don't like people that cheat on me. No, I don't like people that want to defame my character, slander my name, or want to set me up, or get me beat up, or stabbed, or robbed, or killed, or raped, or molested. Excuse me, like, even thought as far as like the children. No. And back in the day, when people would do those things, meaning talk that shit, want to keep something going, trap up a bitch, whatever, I fought. I didn't even think twice. I fought. But even I said, fighting sometimes 2, 3, 4 times a day. Really? I even went to some people back in the day like, what you want to fight over today? Like, I don't even want to fight. Where you getting this information from now? Who told you that shit? And immediately, guess what I would do? Call motherfuckers over real quick. Come here, old boy. This your lady? Dude to say right in front of everybody, no, that ain't my lady. That's well, she say she your lady. And she mad at you. No. She mad at me. Because she thinks I am trying to take you from her. And they'll say, that ain't my girlfriend. She just my friend. I said, well, it's obvious that you're probably fucking your friend. or else she wouldn't be so bent out of motherfucking shape. And just hateful as a motherfucker, thinking like the shit she be thinking. You know, when I don't even be thinking like that. You know, I got enough brothers. I got enough cousins that are men. I got enough uncles that are men. That I know how to hold a conversation. I know how to be cool. I know how to shoot the breeze. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't always about, I don't know, fucking something. And I ain't saying that's what all of y'all do. I know you got to go to work and all other kind of shit. But I'm just saying, like, it is not a sport when you constantly do magic on someone and it's death magic. It is a routine. Okay? It is not a sport. When you take time out of your day to line up a hit, it is not a sport when you decide to keep doing the shit either. These are deliberate crimes that you thought you weren't going to get caught for. Because it's not a sport to get people's personal information, clone their phone, steal from their bank account, steal from my brother while he's in jail. You know, get cars and credit cards and take out loans and, you know, fuck up my credit with everybody. It's not a sport. Very deliberate, planned out. Okay? It is not a sport when you pay other people to be quiet, when you pay other people to come near me, when you pay other people to poison me, when you pay other people to be my man, when you know, it's not a sport. All deliberate. And when you don't apologize for what you're doing, and when you don't right the wrongs of what you're doing, essentially you think you ain't doing nothing. You know? And the only reason why you can be so confident is because you've gotten away with it several times before. You weren't expecting not to be confident about it now. Because I look like such an easy target. You told people I was an easy target. Gambled on the shit. But I'm never that. Ask anyone that has ever came after me. Nope. I do make sure you don't do it again. But I realize cowardness makes you go behind anybody's back. It makes you want to build bonds and solidarity with people that you wouldn't, for one common goal, a soul. It just so happens to be mine. You wondering, how does she stay in the house like that? She gotta be scared. I ain't scared. Why would I be scared of y'all? See, the idea is you don't want me actually dead. You want to just put me back in fear. Put me back under someone's control. So I can willingly walk myself back into the matrix. Or willingly kill myself off. Or willingly just let you do anything to me. Because you say so, or because you look good, or because you thought you talked a good game, or because you thought your dick was all of that, and you liked all the things I was calling you. That does not give you jurisdiction to be my daddy. I got a God daddy in heaven, and I got a earth daddy on this bitch. Them the only motherfuckers I answer to. And I tell everybody that. So when my mom and daddy don't even do none of the fuck shit that y'all motherfuckers doing, you actually thought you was gonna get away with it? No. I tell people that all the time. Why would I settle for something that I ain't used to? And then how do you think you can crumble something you didn't build? When you want to own something and you say you're going to pay for it, that means you cultivated it, you grew it, you put them 3 seeds in for that shit to motherfucking grow. And ain't none of y'all my mom and daddy. Ain't none of y'all birthed me. And ain't none of y'all God. I don't know what the fuck y'all think that I gotta listen to any of y'all. And I don't know these men that told y'all that they had some control over me because I was sick. Well, you kind of get sick when you got hundreds of motherfuckers just like, got kidney problems, got ulcers, digestive problems, lung problems, AIDS, gonorrhea. Y'all have a lot of shit. But when you got hundreds of people putting this shit on you, it's amazing. Because I remember one time I was at the hospital, and they ran all these tests, hundreds of tests. The doctor came in, he said, they're all negative. I said, yes. I'm not sick with anything. I said, I only have high blood pressure because you didn't clean the blood out good. I'll clean it out when I get home. Okay? So then, same doctor comes back and then tries to slow roll me, so to speak. He's like, well, man, I thought we ran all the tests, and I thought that they had already checked for this and that and whatever. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, so we have to check for a few more things because some stuff is just not adding up. And I'm like, all right. And he was like, so would you mind if we check for like tests for AIDS or HIV or certain kind of cancer, certain kind of the deadly shit? I said, sure, no problem, go ahead. The tests come back, and that young man's face turn red. And I said in my mind, I got one. He was puzzled, deeply confused. He felt weird telling me that my tests were negative. And I said, I know. He looked confused. And I said, oh yeah, by the way, there's another woman that looks like me. She has all of those things, and she's wreaked a lot of havoc on my life. He said, we'll check into that. They already knew. A lot of y'all motherfuckers already knew. I like how y'all try to play clueless and dumb, but want to call me clueless and dumb. They want to get mad at me because I understand some shit. And then you want to get mad at me because whatever motherfucking shit y'all use to control a person, yeah, that shit's over. God ain't down with that trapping shit. God needs some real intellectual minds that don't mind that growth and expansion, because it's some shit that need to be fixed that only certain people can fix. Just like I am tethered to this world, you are too. You have to unlock your DNA to figure out what the fuck you are here. That's what you need to do. Oh, this is a good nugget to send it home on to help y'all motherfuckers out. Any of you in the world, if you got any of these deadly ass motherfucking diseases, do you know if you get saved, reach your north node, Christ consciousness, God honoring your request on some enlightenment type shit, accepting your position like me, any diseases of any kind, go the fuck away. Mental, physical, emotional, health room, your fucking health. Or you treat a person like me right. There's the antidote to keep y'all motherfuckers alive. But you steady want to kill me. And you want to force me over there with y'all motherfuckers to keep y'all alive. A motherfucker with free will is gonna do that? Hell fuck no. Shit. A motherfucker with any type of intelligence, is they gonna do that shit? Hell no. I'd rather take off running and become a runaway motherfucking slave. Fuck that shit. It's like, yo, this shit ain't cocky. This just think. If I help you set your motherfucking ass free, I bet you won't want to go back to that motherfucking matrix. If you vibrate at a certain level, that everyone that has done any type of rituals, that joined any fraternities and sororities and churches and hidden covens and all that shit. Y'all motherfuckers on low vibration. Even down to your officials on every level. Because you take these oaths. I, on the other hand, am considered pure because I never took a fucking oath. So the only oath I have is to my motherfucking self. That was another way you motherfuckers can't touch me. Then to add in, once you vibrate above that shit, they can't touch you. It's a certain level where you can just become invisible energetically. The way to get there, your vibration, your knowledge. And even when motherfuckers want to make you sad and make you want to like not live your life and make you want to regret being motherfucking born, get you some weed. But guess what? You ain't gonna give a fuck. Even this shit will become funny. This shit be playing out of my brain like a goddamn movie. Days of Our Lives. The Young and the Restless. What's another one of them shit? As the World Turns. Laverne and Shirley. Ooh, what's that real old one? Dallas. So when you run your mouth in the ethers, oh, that foul fuck shit, you know that's like the streets, right? In real fucking life on this planet. That's where the streets be talking, where that really shit come from. Because the word on the street be coming from the spirit. Y'all motherfuckers be getting caught the fuck up. So I'm just telling you, like, now, you don't have no motherfucking choice. You just gotta be truthful, because the moon ain't hidden and hiding your shit no more. And then the damn sun is so motherfucking bright. You're supposed to be seen. So, if you want the little light or the heat taken off yourself, elevate. Stay in that low vibration, you're gonna die. Because guess what? If you don't know how to get through death and come out, you're gonna get. You see how I stop like that? You're gonna be stuck. Dead. Because, I mean, you ain't have enough knowledge to make it no fucking where. You just wanted to stay at a certain level. Don't that shit sound fucked up? Might want to change. What if that shit be like you live this long ass fucking life, and then when you're around all the gods and they play your tape and your tape just go, eek. And they say, damn, we ain't even deserve a glimpse at watching your shit. Denied. And then you just drop down in the hell. Fucked up, ain't it? I think you should elevate the spiritual game and shit. You know, it'll help get rid of all them fucking addictions and shit that you don't seem to have no control over. That you think you ain't got no control over. You should think like your addictions is tied to a certain part of your brain, that's tied to a certain part of your body, that's tied to a certain part of your trauma. Better look at it. You know? And then just start being truthful with people. Like if crack make you sane, just say that. Okay? If you are like a whore, it's okay. You know, it's like own your shit. Don't lie on another motherfucker. Like, it's like lying on my pussy. Like, that is so fucking weird. 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 So, just start thinking about some shit, people. That shit ain't fucking hard. Damn, you think more when you want to rob a motherfucker than you think anything pleasant. That's ass backwards. Mm-mm. You already know the way I said that shit. That shit ain't gonna work in the future. See, the future will be some mellow shit kind of like this. You know, you can deal with all the fuck shit when you're out there. When you come home, it's just so peaceful, so quiet, whatever. But think about it. When you elevate spiritually, that means people have more common sense than to actually talk shit about you or want to fight you. You know, trash talk your family and your kids and destroy you because you're elevated. And oh my God, if you take a chance and elevate, can you elevate your kids? I done seen what that shit do. That shit work. But I think, do you know, like, my niece will come to me and she'll like regurgitate the exact shit. That's a God moment, man. You want that. You know why? Because you all could be able to talk to each other with telepathy. And that means even if there ain't no phones, you damn right gonna communicate to the right motherfucking people. You tagged in the right motherfucking, you know, your energetic signature, you go through the little fucking space metal detector, you can go through. Shit like that. It's some invisible, like, energy elevation. You know? See, when you want to start exploring shit, you can't be fucking shit up as you explore. That's really it. What do you do when you can't fuck up shit? You plan. You don't plan to be an asshole, though. Like, you shouldn't plan to, like, want to fuck up your own shit and somebody else's. You see how backwards? So imagine when your egos is big and you blowing up shit all over the fucking world. And now the world can't even take that shit no more. That's what I'm saying. All that shit, God calling the brakes on it. Like, even all this evil shit, it ain't even gonna be handled with no war. It's gonna be handled with understanding. And it's gonna be quick, easy, and straight to the chase. You don't want to grow to no understanding? You want to stay low? Do your time. You don't want to? One by one, we just pluck y'all. Because we trying to keep the vibe up here. Because ain't nobody got time for all the bullshit. We should be able to live our lives without suing, slander, all this shit to get more money, but then everybody trying to beat one motherfucker down for her shit. When I can show you how to do the same shit. You know how big the universe is? You think a pot up there ain't yours? I just show you how to get your leprechaun to the end of the rainbow. Get your goal. You can't always think in like one way. And you have to have a pleasantry about how you even handle yourself with your thoughts. You know, you got to increase your confidence in yourself. So, it's not increasing your consciousness when you are like downing somebody else. And the more you do it and the more public it is, it doesn't make you look so hot. Do you get it? That's when men and women say you can be the finest thing in the world. But that personality, I can do without. So, if a motherfucker don't want to deal with your shit, they don't have to. You can't make a motherfucker deal with none of your shit. Period. And that's what God making sure of. It's like people think because the world look the same, that the time, the season, and all that is on that other same wavelength. But if you pay attention to patterns and signs, you can see that it was changing. I saw that it was changing too. I just kept a brisk to it. Then I understood too how everything was upside down. And it's a no-brainer. We're at the end. Now it's time for the beginning. But it's not a restart from the actual beginning when we were in our animalistic nature. Because we were supposed to grow from that shit. Like, we supposed to had 3,600 years or some moments, and we don't have any. And from what I understand, this proves that a control system is not a good system. And actually, the freedom system is much better. You know, when people don't die, they owe you. And then maybe they might let our ass sit around, okay? And we get paid for our energy. I think that's better than like being treated like some kind of slave, hoping that I just don't realize myself. And it's kind of crazy when you can make billions of dollars off my ass and ain't nobody gonna give me shit. That's like some real wishful thinking there. You know, I appreciate y'all for thinking, because you just got me to thinking some more. And I said, I can't be the only one that understand this shit. I can't be. That means some motherfuckers already made it and they ain't saying shit. Because you don't change as a person. Like, not with your signatures and shit. You just understand how to maintain and control yourself. But when you're true to yourself, it's like one of these things where if you was cussing a motherfucker out, you already know it's justified. It's like a pure energy check on the spot. So it's actually better when we all elevate. Everybody make money and keep making it too. And everybody could be rich. And there is enough land. And it's enough money. And it's more ideas and shit out there. Like, it ain't no snatch and grab. Like, all this scarcity shit. We're just getting rid of the tactics that keep you under an illusion. Because let's say you try to stay under illusion. As the world changes, the energy gonna change, and the energy itself is gonna be able to spot out the illusion and say, nah. Because things are based on your own merit now. That's what love is. Your own merit is what you're going to be putting your intentions into, your focus into, and your reasoning why you're doing it. When you think about it spiritually, how it impacts you, you realize, okay, I'm doing something too fucked up, or I got to slow it down, or hey, let me start to chill out. You know, because when you're right spiritually, you're going to be right down here. It's like even the thoughts and the cravings of stealing will go away. I mean, it's true. It will. They know how to fix those addictions instantly, on the spot. Take them motherfuckers away, because it's like, oh, you want to answer your call? Great. And then they're going to tell you all about your mission, and then they're going to tell you all about how they're going to help you get out of all the bullshit. Then you're back in good graces. All I'm saying is, when they call you, don't say no. You better answer them motherfuckers. Because even if you ain't got the money in your hand now, you gonna get that shit. That's how God works. God don't be like, well, bring me a toad. Bring me your other sister heart. You know, I'm building another bear. No. Let's build another doll. Go steal her fucking maxi pads. Like, yeah, all this shit really, it's like some real shit. And so God is just like, you want to know how to live better? It's pretty easy. You can still have your orgies, but everybody's clean. You know, on an energetic level, because all of your diseases are gone. And that's the real energy part. But hey, if you don't want to think clean, then God tosses you down the toilet. And I know it's triggering, but it's all for you to think and not get flushed down the toilet. I'm gonna go. It's some good shit in this whole thing. Later, folks.